Alright, hey everyone, kind of wanted to do a different kind of video today. I wanted to tell you all about my life, and it's sort of long, so I'm just going to kind of get into it. Just thought you guys could learn a little bit about something, or a little something about me. Okay, so I'm just going to start now. I grew up in Orange County my whole life, and I grew up in two different houses, both in the same neighborhood. But the one that I've lived in the longest, I've lived in this house for 10 years? No. 13 years. Lived in this house for 13 years. I can math. Okay, I've lived with, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I lived with my mom. That's us. Me and my mommy. My mom, my daddy. Can you see? Focus. I guess that's enough. Focus. That's my dad. And my brother. All three of us. But that's my brother. And I grew up with my best friend. Excuse my scrapbook, but grew up with my best friend. We met when she was about that old. We met when we were 4. She lived right across the street from me our entire lives. And she was pretty much my rock, my everything, my best friend, my sister, my mom. She was pretty much everything. She pretty much raised me, and she's been my everything. And she just, when I was in elementary school, that's when it all started, from kindergarten. I've been bullied since kindergarten, even now. Elementary school is kind of tough because you see the same kids every year. They don't change, and it's the same kids that bully you year after year. And it's tough because I was a weak person. I didn't really know how to fight back. I was very just sad inside, but my dad and my best friend helped me through it. My dad is my hero. My dad is my everything. He gave me all the advice that I could ever need, and he was my best friend. Besides Shelby, he was my best friend. And middle school was kind of suckish. 5th grade was the end of my elementary school year. And my mom, the plan was to keep me, my elementary school went to 6th grade. The plan was to keep me in for 6th grade, but my mom pulled me out. She said, no, I can see that the kids are bothering you, that they don't like you, so we're going to pull you into middle school. My middle school went from 6th grade to 8th grade, and the bullying continued. It didn't stop. I'm sorry, I'm fiddling with the light. It's just, okay. The bullying didn't stop. The bullying kept on going, and it was even worse because kids were older and kids were meaner, and they knew more words that I'd never learned of before, and had to know what they meant, because apparently that's what I was, right? So, oh, and I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I have notes here because I can't remember everything. So, when I was 11, I had my first kiss. But also, that was the year, that was the year 2008, was the year that my daddy passed away. And it was a really, really rough time in my life. It was October 18th, 2008, and it was his birthday. But it wasn't really a surprise because he'd been in and out of the hospital for a year before that. And the final call was that he had leukemia. And but they're still not sure. So my rock was gone. and that was when everything kind of went downhill, and I became very depressed. I became anorexic. I wouldn't eat. I would starve myself for a week at a time, if that. If I, felt like I wanted to eat a meal every now and then, every week. I was 90 pounds at my lightest, and that was just 4 or 5 months after my dad passed away. And I started cutting myself. I attempted suicide 3 times within the first 2 years of his death, and it was tough. I would find any reason to self-harm. I would find any reason to be just self-destructive, and it was really tough. And my best friend tried to be there for me through it all, but it sucked because just 2 years later she moved. My best friend moved to Washington, out of state. So my rock was gone, my dad was gone, my best friend was gone at the time that I needed both of them the most, and it sucked. And but later on that summer is when I met my first boyfriend, but unfortunately he came at a bad time because I was insane. I was self-destructive, I was suicidal, I was anorexic, I was everything you wouldn't want in a girlfriend, and yet, well, there I was in a relationship. He helped me find God because he went to a church, and in order to spend more time with him, I went to that church, and I met him through a friend, and she wasn't too happy that I was dating him because she dated him before I did. So, temporarily lost her for a little bit. And, I went to church with him, or I went to church to be with him, and, slowly but surely I found God, and, was baptized that summer. And he did come at a bad time, and I feel really bad because I broke up with him twice, and I know that I really hurt him, and that's not what I was aiming for. I was just immature and broken, and in turn I broke him, and it was terrible, and I do feel really bad. And then, after we broke up, short while after, I dated another guy, and this was my freshman year in high school, and I dated him for about a month, and I cheated on him, and I told him, and he still wanted to be with me. Broke up with him, and I met Luke. I met Luke on Christmas of 2010. That was the beginning of a long friendship. Luke and I were great friends before we started going out, and he was there for me through everything and was content with just being friends with me and just helping me through everything. And he when I broke up with boyfriend number 2, I realized I realize now that I was only after people, not just guys, but people, because I was in need was in need for a friend. I was in need of a figure in my life that I can just call mine, something stable, something that won't change on me, won't die on me, won't leave me. But in turn, I left them, and I blocked everyone out. Yeah. Luke and I started dating April 29th, 2011. And it wasn't until December, when I fully recovered and quit everything. December of last year, not that December. December 2012 was when I quit everything, but he was patient and he was there for me, and it's been great. Still going to church, but I have my own views, have my own stances, and I forgot to mention that it was in 4th grade when I realized that I wasn't completely into just guys, and I was into girls too. And even now, I feel like that my church condemns me for it, but I have my own views, and I believe in my views very strongly. But that's a different video for a different time. That's all for me today. It was a harder video to make than I thought it would be. Hopefully you guys didn't get bored. Wow, it's over 12 minutes. Holy crap. Okay, it's time to end this video. Thank you for watching if you did, and feel free to ask me questions, leave comments, like, subscribe. Yeah, let me know how you felt about this video. Thanks. Bye.